Hello everyone, my name is Brittany and I'm the teen librarian here at Kokomo-Howard County Public Library. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make a felt Hedwig keychain. When it's done, it'll look something like this. So in your kit, you're going to have the patterns for everything that you're going to need to cut out. So you'll have the body, the wing, the eye, the pupil, and the beak. You'll have 4 different colors of felt. White for the body, gray for the wings, yellow for the eyes, and black for the pupils and the beak. You'll have thread, you'll have a needle, and you'll have a ribbon and a key ring. Some things that you'll need that we did not supply would be a pencil, an ink pen, and scissors. So to start off with, you're going to take your forms and you will trace on each of the felts. As I said, for the body it'll be white, for the wing it'll be gray, and for the color part of the eyes it'll be yellow. For these 3 you can use your pencil to trace them out. For the black, which will be the pupils and the beak, you're going to want to use an ink pen. It shows up a lot better on the black. The pencil will not show up at all. So after you get those traced out and cut out, they will look like this. So we have 1 beak, 2 pupils, 2 colored part of the eyes, 2 wings, and 2 body forms because we need a front and a back. And with those, you're going to want to take your glue, which is also included. And I personally am just going to use my finger to put this glue on because it's a lot easier. And ready. So we're going to take one of the bodies and one of the wings. We're just going to kind of line it up so we can see what they're going to look like. Try flipping it over. There we go. So we're going to line those up a little bit. And then on the back side, we're going to take our glue. We're going to do a daub on that wing. This works just like Elmer's glue, so don't be afraid of it. Don't be afraid of mess. And we're going to put that wing on. Then we'll come to the other one. We'll do another dab of glue and kind of spread it down. Alright. And then we'll do the eyes. I always like to do the wings first because they kind of frame out the rest of the body. For the eyes, I'm going to put the glue on the side that kind of shows my pencil marks. So we can hide those, and we'll just place down an eye. And then we'll pick up the other one. And we'll do the same thing, just put a dab of glue, and there's the other eye. And then we'll start with the pupils and just put a dab of glue on there and put one down, and come to the other pupil, put another dab of glue on and glue down. Then we'll take our beak, the rest of that glue, and dab it. And our beak will go down. And that glue will dry clear, so you won't have to worry about it. We'll wipe that off. Ready. And then the next point would be to take your ribbon. I can show you on this one. So you'll want to put a dab of glue down the center of the back of your owl, right down here. And you'll place your ribbon. And then you'll thread your key ring through it, like so. And then you'll put another dab of glue down the center of your ribbon. And we'll fold it over and try to kind of line them up. And that's that on that. And so you'll want to put your owl to the side for a little bit, for at least 10 minutes, I would say, just to give the glue a chance to dry. Now for all but the ribbon, this one is dry, so I'm going to go on and continue and show you how to start the process of sewing your owl up. So we're going to try and line up the front of the body with the back of the body. And then you will take your needle and your thread, and you'll want to thread through, let me see this. Alright. So you'll want to thread through your needle. I like to wet the end of that thread down and kind of make it flatter. See if that'll work. No. Try again. There we go. And we're threaded through. And then on the other end of your thread, we're going to tie it off. Now to get the length of thread that I did, I took my thread, right here, I took this thread and I just pulled all the way and I stretched my arm out and then I cut it off, and that should be more than enough thread for you. On the off chance that it's not, you can always pull more and tie it in. Now for this end part, I'm trying to make these knots big enough that they won't just slip through the felt. And they keep tying off in different directions, that's all right. There we go, that one should be big enough. Right. Now for this part of your thread, if you want, you can tie it off onto your needle so that it doesn't slip through. I personally like to pull my thread in a little bit and just leave it as is. Makes it a little bit easier for it to get through all that felt. And we're going to start. So you're going to start at the back of your owl. And we're just going to pull that through and it'll stop at that knot. And then we're going to space it just a little bit. Not too far, but not too close either. And we're going to pull it through. You don't want to be too close to that edge, otherwise it'll go through the felt, but you also don't want it too far in because that'll take up too much of your felt. And so we'll go in a little farther down, up. Takes a little bit of trial and error, and that's all right. So we'll pull it through this way, and there we go. And you'll just continue these kinds of stitches. Try not to tangle it up in our key ring. Easier said than done. There, pull through. And we will continue that until we get to the left wing. Because once we get to the left wing, we'll want to fill up our owl. And this will also go through there. Here we go. It's a fairly simple and easy stitch. The hardest part is keeping your thread out of its own way and not stabbing your fingers. Okay. It's a little bit more difficult. There we go. Alright, so you'll continue those stitches all the way around your owl until we get to this wing. And I'll show you what we do once we get to that wing. So you've got your owl, and you've continued your stitches all the way around, and now you're at your left wing. So you've left yourself a little opening here, and you're going to want to take your polyfill, which has been provided to you, and there is plenty of it. We're going to take a small little bit of it, about this much, and we're just going to gently stuff your owl with the polyfill. This is why you want to stop at that wing, because it leaves a big enough gap for you to put your polyfill in without fighting the rest of the form. Alrighty, I think that looks like enough to me. If you want to add more, you can always add more. If you want less, you can add less. And now I will show you how to finish up this owl. So we're going to continue our stitches, and when you get to the wings, it might be more difficult for you to push your needle through, simply because it's a thicker fabric and it also has that glue on there. You just gotta be patient with it and keep trying to push through. And we're gonna keep doing these nice little stitches, making sure we're not pricking ourselves with our needle. And if you find yourself messing up a stitch or missing a stitch, that's all right. It's fairly easy to unthread your needle and pull your thread back out through your stitches. It's a fairly forgiving craft. All right, so this is going to be our last stitch, and then we're going to close it up. So we'll pull that through, scoot that out of the way. So to close it up, you'll want to go take your needle and go back through your last stitch. If you go through a little bit of the felt, that's fine, and you'll pull it through a little bit. You don't want to go all the way through, right? Until you have this loop. And then you're going to go through the front and pull it tight. And then we're going to do that again, same stitch. We're going to go through till we have that loop. But this time we're going to go around the back. We're going to pull that. And that'll make a nice little knot. And then you can take your scissors. You can just snip that off. We're going to shorten this one up a little too. And there you go. You have yourself a felt Hedwig owl. Thank you for joining me for this. We will have kits available at all 3 locations while supplies last. Kits go out February 4th. Thank you.